crossing it in, there's a header! Oh, what a stop by Rowe!
Hey Susannah, Brian Rowe here with Orlando City. It was truly an honor to be named Keeper of Your Heart this last week. It means a lot to me. The white tights, it was a cold game. I don't have to wear them again if you don't like them, all right? It's not a problem.
What's up, everybody? Welcome on into This Week in MLS presented by Target from our AT&T MLS studios in New York City. So happy to be sitting next to my guy, Calen Carr.
Couple of experts, right?
That's right. We are a couple of experts, not according to maybe some YouTube comments and Adrian Heath.
That's okay.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that.
We will certainly get to that. We've had quite a week, though, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's with Women's World Cup finished, I feel like I'm still coming down a little bit off the high of that.
I know.
And then, a couple big games, New York
Huge
Derby,
games.
and then looking ahead, we
Jam-packed.
got some big ones coming too.
All-Star game coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Also, want to thank Brian Rowe for our little shout out there.
Yeah.
Little keeper of my
what's
heart.
up.
Keep doing your thing, Brian Rowe. Not mad at it. So we teased it last week. You and I went to the parade celebrating the U.S. Women's National Team and their 4th World Cup championship. And we weren't as cool as some of the people that got to be actually on the bus or on some of the floats, but we were amongst the people.
The people.
And that's what matters. So let's take a look at what we got up to, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Woo! Twim! We're braiding today.
We found a way to actually put ourselves inside Ashlyn Harris's story.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I believe in us. We're gonna go check out the parade, the ticker tape parade for the U.S. Women's National Team.
Let's go
It's
do
gonna
it.
be great.
Let's go.
They're here. They're here.
Oh my God, they're
Oh my
coming.
God, they're coming. Oh my God, Calen, you did it.
It's amazing.
It was absolutely amazing to see these ladies in real life.
I don't know if you can see us. There's been crazy people here all day. Helicopters, news cameras, everything.
Paper flying around everywhere. It was awesome to see all these fans out too.
Yes.
People showed up for the ladies, and I love it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ladies. You are always
USA
champions.
fan.
USA.
Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that we had to kind of fight our way through the crowds, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this because I was so embarrassed, but I got denied for my credential application on the subway down is when I got the email being like, you have been denied.
I think I got that same email
Yeah.
around the same time, and I just chose to ignore it because I was like, you know what, we're going to be in a celebratory mood,
Yeah.
Rickard.
But then I did see half of the people we work with up on the floats.
That was a little humbling, you
It
know?
was.
It was like, oh, there's all the MLS office people, and we're down here. But you know what? We were there.
We see you.
We got it on camera. We captured it. We were
did.
part of it, and it was awesome. And
Yes.
such a cool celebration. And Megan Rapinoe's speech at City Hall was just, I mean, give me all the goosebumps, Megan.
Yeah.
I'm here for whatever that girl says.
Yeah, well, and her dance moves too.
Oh,
Yeah.
second to none.
Yes.
So good. So yeah, we're coming down off the Women's World Cup high. But let's move into some MLS action.
Okay.
Because there was some, oh, man. Week 19 really brought it. Really brought it. You know, sometimes you kind of get those mid-season doldrums. This, no. You take those doldrums and wipe them right off the table because there were some awesome.
What is a doldrum? I don't even know what that is.
It's like one of those old English words.
Yeah, where did you get
I feel
that?
like I pulled it from my English class back in high school. And it was like, oh, we're reading Charles Dickens and somebody's got a case of the doldrums and they're very sad. Kind of,
That's a good accent.
Thank you. Practice. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few teams.
Okay.
We're going to play a game called Can You Believe Your Eyes? So we are going to start with the San Jose Quakes, okay? We're just coming off a huge win over the Galaxy in the Cali Classico. I know you're going to talk about that in a bit. But are the Quakes, okay, so right now we're saying the Quakes are a legitimate playoff team. Can you believe your eyes? Do you believe it?
No.
Oh!
I cannot believe my
Wow.
eyes. I mean, they won 4 games last season. They have the same lineup, the same roster.
They only won 4 games.
4 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they started the year terribly. And then Tommy Thompson makes this impassioned speech to the camera.
You know
Being
what?
like, we're going to change this. I believe in this team. I believe in this coach. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, one of these days. And he was right. He was right. He lived up to it, and so has the rest of the Quakes. And every time I keep saying, okay, maybe this is when they come back down to earth. They continue to keep scoring goals. They continue to win.
That's ridiculous.
This one against the Galaxy, yes, they do it at home. But then you think, oh, well, the Galaxy now are going to take this a little bit more seriously at home. Galaxy get the first goal, but then the Quakes just basically steamroll them from there. It gets to a wide open stretch game that was never going to suit the Galaxy. Vaco was tremendous. He looks like a totally different player. I mean, he showed flashes always of his ability, but he's been able to do it consistently now. Martinez as well. And look, I just look at this team top to bottom, and they really have a lot going for them. I can't believe it still. I'm trying to figure it out.
You don't think?
I think I'm really just having trouble believing that a manager can have such a big one that could be the difference.
They're buying into what he's selling. I know you mentioned this on Matchday Central too, that it's a complete team effort. It's not like it's one guy sort of carrying the load. I mean, like Chris Wondolowski kind of had his moment for a bit, and he was scoring goals for a while, and then guys like Danny Houston are stepping up, and Vaco, and
Jackson Ewell,
It's exciting.
It is. I still have questions whether it's gonna last. I'm sorry to say it, but I just have questions. I'm still having trouble believing my eyes. That's the name of this game.
Kalen's on the fence. All right, so I'll take the counter. I'll say yes.
But they deserve a lot of credit.
Going to the playoffs. All right. Second, can you believe your eyes? Brian Fernandez has already locked up Newcomer of the Year.
I cannot believe my eyes on this one either.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you not seeing? Because what I'm seeing, I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, no. I've been saying something similar to that, but it's not so much that it's nothing that Brian has done wrong. I mean, he's basically been unstoppable.
Yes.
But I think there may be others that can still emerge. I don't think it's a one-horse race.
It's not like a runaway thing right now.
I think Nani is a name where if Orlando City gets into the playoffs for the first time in franchise history,
that'd be big.
He has a strong second half of the season. I think he could be a name that you would put as a newcomer of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I think Pozuelo is another name that I still think has a ton to offer. We saw immediately what he could do, but his return was a little bit diminishing without Josie Altidore, without Michael Bradley, without some of their absences. I think Toronto FC in the second half of the season could be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, really make a run up. So those are the names that I'm looking at as the biggest challengers. But am I missing anybody?
No, I think those are fair. I think like right now, if you had to name it, I would give it to Brian, because he's just, I mean, he scored like 5 goals in 5 games, 5 gols in 4 games.
Well,
I don't know. There was something crazy like that. He just scores a lot of goals.
Yes, he does.
He's very happy. Okay, we're gonna move it along to our next one, which is Joseph Martinez is making a push for the Golden Boot. Where have we heard this before? Do we believe our eyes on this one?
No, I don't believe my eyes again.
Yep.
And I just think that Vela's so far ahead right now. 19 goals. Yes, I know. What's Joseph at?
13.
13?
Yeah.
And I know that if anybody can score him in a hurry, it's him. But I don't think that team is
He can
set
score
up.
him in bunches is the thing. Like he's certainly capable of having like 2 hat tricks in a row.
Well, he also, he just set a record or tied a record for 3 2-goal games in a row. So he's basically taking every record he possibly can.
He's just going to destroy.
But I just don't think that team, Atlanta United, is going to supply him with the same service that he got last year. And I think the system with LAFC, the way they play, Vela, if he can stay healthy, this is his to keep.
All right. Well, time to get to the takeaways. Twim takeaways.
Okay.
So I know you kind of touched on the Cali Classico. I'm gonna talk about Minnesota United, because this is really fun. You guys, there's a whole lot going on with Minnesota. Number one, they're just absolutely flying right now. I think they've won 7 games in a row over all competitions, 4 MLS matches in a row. They're coming off a 1-0 win at home over Dallas. Mason Toye, just late game winner off the rebound. He has been sensational for them.
You interviewed him, right?
I did. We had a little phone chat on Matchday Central, and he was very humble, didn't really want to talk so much about, what he's been doing. But he said it's a team. He said they're just like there's such a confidence and such a belief in themselves. He talked about how much of an advantage it gives them playing at Allianz. They've only lost 1 time since it opened, and they.
I was at that game, by the way.
Thank you. That was the Calen Carr curse.
Sorry.
I was at their first game and they drew.
Okay.
But still. But they just they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're getting contributions from a lot of guys. You guys got like Darwin Quintero starting to heat up defensively. They're so much better than they were in seasons past.
6 shutouts for Minone.
I know, which Vito Minone, he stood on his head too in this game against Dallas. I know, Mason Toy's going to get all the love for the late goal, but Minone was just absolutely
the penalty
fierce.
save.
Yes, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize too. He's been around for a while. You were saying you played with him.
Well, and I went on trial at Arsenal. He was a young Arsenal goalkeeper back then.
So crazy. But the other thing that I want to talk about with Minnesota is Adrian Heath basically putting us on blast at MLSsoccer.com, kind of alluding to the fact that he doesn't feel like we give them
You don't say.
respect. Now, I don't know if these comments were directed at me.
Did he mention us
or
by
you,
name?
Bobby Warshaw. I have a hunch that's who it might be. But I just, number one, I thank you, Adrian Heath, for paying attention and watching our stuff. I'd like to think he's a fan of This Week in MLS. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
He's an awesome dude. But also, I just want to go on record as saying that I've been on Team Mini for the entire season. I picked them to go. I said they were going to go to the playoffs. I have been celebrating every victory. When they won their road games at the beginning of the season because they couldn't buy a road game win last year. I was all on board. So I just want to make my case that I have been talking about y'all.
I know. And also, he was talking about.
I love the Loons.
There you go.
I love the Loons. I got nothing but love for the Loons, and I just want that to put that out there in the universe.
I think it's out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he offered a ticket, and we've been to matches there. So.
I know. I'd love to go back.
Happy to go back.
Especially in the summer when it's not so chilly. I was there in April and it was
How
snowing.
much do you love the Loons?
There you go. So that's my takeaway.
That's a good one.
Calen Carr.
All right.
How about you?
Well, I'm gonna go and look a little bit ahead. Adrian Heath, I think, was upset about some of the big market teams maybe being talked about a lot more, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that now.
Yeah.
El Trafico is this week. It's the Galaxy against LAFC. It is a huge match. It's really the one I've been looking forward to all season, just because these two teams have been at or near the very top of the Western Conference throughout the season, and much of the conversation, I can't tell you how many times you and I have been prompted with who's better, the Galaxy or LAFC, or can anybody catch LAFC?
Yeah, we have had that conversation quite a bit.
So I'm happy to finally see it materialize in a match, their first one of the season. So, look, I think LAFC are the favorites. They were last year, but that didn't work out so well for them.
We were there.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
I remember.
This is one
How
of
could
the-
you forget?
I know. It was one of those pinch me moments. I couldn't really believe I was taking it in with my own eyes.
Yeah.
That Zlatan goal.
Yeah, one of the best sporting events
It's unbelievable.
I've been to
Unbelievable.
live in my life, any sport.
Yep, I 100% agree. Yeah, I think the Galaxy is. I can't decide if I think they're good or not. It's like they have moments, but I think that there are holes. There are issues that need to be addressed, and they can kind of get masked by guys like Zlatan, doing their thing and pouring in goals. But I just think that when you look at the quality and depth of LAFC, they are the strongest
LAFC
team in the league.
Definitely the better team, but in a rivalry match, sometimes that gets thrown out the window. Crazy stuff happens.
Is this game
Get
at
around.
Galaxy, or is it at Dignity Health or at Bank of California?
It's at Dignity Health.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be good. I mean, I'm loving all these little new rivalries. It's great.
Yeah.
Also, just
This is gonna be a big one.
give a shout out too. We had the Hudson River Derby.
We did.
Derby this weekend.
A little bit of drama.
A little bit of drama in that one, but the Red Bulls got the win. They've got the edge in this.
Make sure to listen to Extra Time Radio or watch Extra Time Radio on YouTube for all of my hot takes on the calls.
He's got 'em.
Around that game.
He's got them, folks. Yeah, but that was felt like I should mention that. Okay.
I also said on Extra Time Radio that backup goalkeepers are most reliably the best person on the team to party with. So just want to
That's a great take.
put that out across all channels.
I feel like I need to explore that. That's fantastic.
I'm gonna
And
do
also, I believe you.
I'll do a documentary on
Also, I believe you. 'Cause
Okay.
Goalkeepers are a little crazy.
You ready for
Okay.
this?
Yes. Hit the button.
Did you see that?
Did
All right, what do we got?
Did
What do we
I?
got this week?
Did I? Okay.
What did we miss?
Okay, so after I just.
Oh.
Oh, Chase Gasper.
Ooh.
After I said all these nice things about
You'll be right.
Wow. That's
I mean, you cannot question his commitment there.
No.
There's
Did
no
you ever have
doubt.
a moment like that in a game where you were just like going for it and then absolutely.
I did that in
not
front
connect?
of net. I did that in front of the goal against New England my rookie year. It was a ball played right across. I didn't quite fully swing that hard, but I definitely went to go. It went right through. And yeah, luckily
Oh man.
for me, there weren't a lot of people at the Revs game that day. And there
Did it
wasn't-
haunt you?
There wasn't a social media like this.
Did you think about it for a while?
Oh yeah, I hadn't scored a professional goal yet, so I was like very kind of like
God.
going back to the locker room, like shook.
Oh, my
But then I
insides.
scored my first goal like a month later against the Revs
Oh,
in Chicago
see,
on
it all-
opening day.
All
So
comes around. Love it.
you know,
I love a
life
happy
redeems.
ending.
Chase, you'll get your chance back.
Chase, don't you worry.
We got you.
Okay, this one's a good one. More Zlatan, because why not?
This is
so,
just every
so
week.
Zlatan is a black belt, by the way, and this little girl, check this out. Boom! He doesn't even move. Not even a
Wow.
flinch, not a blink, not
Wow.
a sniffle, nothing. I mean, is she really? God, look how high.
Is
look
he
at
like
how you do that.
is he like her sensei? Like
Sensei, yeah, Sensei master.
he's just basically like channeling
What do you
his
think it
energy.
would be like to have Zlatan as your sensei?
I think that's what it's like to be on the Galaxy team. He's all basically just
Like possesses you.
before the games, yeah, just
Dang.
everybody's center.
Zlatan mind tricks.
What
Telling
else
you,
is
it's a
that
thing.
from Karate Kid movie? It's such a classic. Is the other one where he gets the chopsticks and
Oh yeah, they catch
Gets
the
the
flies.
flies?
Yep.
I'd like
yep.
to
And then
see
the crane
Zlatan do
kick at the end.
also the Lion King is coming back
Oh,
out, right?
don't even get me started. I'm so excited about this. The live action Lion
Is
King.
Zlatan gonna like make an appearance?
I
you think,
guarantee
in that?
he's going to do something on his social media.
There needs to be.
He'll like superimpose his face on Simba or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to see him make a cameo.
I mean,
What does he mean live action? What does that mean?
and that's what they're calling them these days. These Disney remakes.
Okay.
No, we'll figure it out.
All right. I'm
It's
intrigued.
gonna be good though.
I'm intrigued.
Big Lion King fan. Guys, thank you.
Oh, real quick,
Thank
I
you
want to
so
thank
much for
Warren
watching.
Craval for the new hat. Check out
got
Craval.co if you guys want the latest gear.
Pretty cool hat.
Philadelphia Union
I
midfielder
actually did
clothing line.
commented on him before we started.
Thank you.
Legitimately didn't know that
What's-
was a Warren
what's
Craval
Twin
hat.
without
It was
shout-outs?
good. Guys, thank you so much. Get in the comments. Be nice. You know what, people? Like, we had some nastiness coming
Yeah,
at
we
me.
watching you.
Like, let's keep it pretty positive, okay? Okay, and there's nothing wrong with my hair. Thank you.
That's
very
right,
much.
Suze.
Have a great week, guys.